Decentralization media.
Hi, I am Mr. M. So the topic that we are going to talk today more towards about the economic effect of coronavirus and how it will be affect mainly towards crypto market and especially we'll be looking to Bitcoin prices whether it will be affect Bitcoin. And as you all know, like these coronavirus words, so it came from China, a town called Wuhan, and it started outbreaking to other countries as well. And recently the WHO was mentioned as this is a global emergency for the world, and they are taking precautions and to try to prevent this one as early as possible. So that is one of the good thing. And the bad thing was like it's majorly outbreaking inside the China, and almost like now, as you know, this is one of the website that doing updates about this coronavirus, and it was mentioned as 11,374 patients were confirmed with this virus, and 259 deaths were already informed and 252 people were recovered. So that is one good side of it, as patients are recovering as well. And if you're looking more towards these maps and things, we can see like it's mostly outbreaking inside the China and not majorly outbreak outside the China. And like 11,221 cases were identified in China, so it's almost like 150 cases were identified outside China. And still it's outbreak 150, so it's still a global emergency. Apart from these health issues, if you are looking to the economic side, as we've seen, like majorly it's affecting China, and most of the cities like Wuhan and couple of other cities were closed down in China due to this one. So once we are closing down the towns and not letting people to go in or letting people to come out of those places, so it's majorly affect the economic as well. So China is now facing so much of economic issues, like their economic market is melting down and their stock prices were going down crazy, as it's more towards China is more towards depends on exports and imports, so mainly about exports. So when you are cutting down a couple of cities and not letting people to come out and not letting people to go to the works and making these productions happens as it happens usually, so it will be break down their market to fall down as well if it's continues for a while. And seems like it will be going to continue for a while, as the Chinese government extend their New Year holidays until February 2nd, and the latest news was like it's extended for another 10 more days. So that means like until 12th, there won't be any factories functioning inside this Wuhan and a couple of other cities. And that is one of the good thing as well, because the government can't do anything better than this one to prevent this virus from spreading other cities as well, and mainly other countries as well. So that is one of the good thing, but still in the economic wise it's not a good one for the country. And the other one was like as we are seeing, like if it is affecting in China and if it is blocked their cities, and if they are stopping those productions happens, so that will be ideally make an impact on the other countries economic as well, because we are living in a complex social environment where we are depending on other countries for our supply chain. So if we are cutting down one city, once we are stopping down one city and cutting down the supplies from that place, then ideally we'll be like facing issues in the other countries as well, as the products won't come from that country and that factories as well. So that is one of the other issues that as a global, as a country, as a world, we'll be facing in every countries and every corners of the world, as we are living in a tightly coupled supply chain scenario. So one place or one area is stopped producing stuff, then that will be equally affect to the other countries as well and their economic as well. And if you're taking down other than China's, if you're taking the points other than China's, if you're talking about this Bitcoin scenario, so Bitcoin is one of the good thing that Chinese are like using it currently, as most of the Chinese people are like trying to move from their places to migrating to the other countries just for the just to keep their families and their self safe from this virus. And they are they are crossing the borders, and there are people who are like flying to the other countries to spend their time with the family, and not letting them and their families get affected by this virus. So what happens is, as these main cities in China, that they locked down these things and productions, as the banks and all those stocks were locked down, so then it's very difficult for people to convert their money and move towards the other countries. But who are holding Bitcoins, so those are the lucky people, like those can easily move towards without worrying about getting any monies, because they can go to any country where they have an internet and a power connection, they can convert their Bitcoins to any currency that they want, and they can use it easily. So that is one of the good thing for the Bitcoin users in China. And we know like there are many Bitcoin users in China as well. So that is one of the things that they're taking in care, like using this blockchain to using these bitcoins to move towards other countries. But in the other way around, it's not a good sign, as the market it's creating a fear in the market as well. Because of this fear, many people will be try to buy it and many people will try to sell it. But it's still, the market is very small, and if you're taking as a Chinese market, it's very very small. So if you're thinking in that terms, it won't make a huge impact or huge effect on the Bitcoin prices, whether it will goes up or down based on this issue. But for now it won't make it. But we'll look into see it like how it will be affecting in the future. Because if it is outbreaking so much, and if it is affecting other countries and making huge impact on the other countries economy, maybe that will be make an impact on the Bitcoin prices. But hope it won't happens. And the governments and the WHOs and other medical institutions will take care of those things, so we'll look for the better ones. And so that is the impact on corona on the Bitcoin. So it won't majorly affecting now, but maybe we need to wait and see how it will be affecting the future. Because Bitcoin is the money wise, it's very liquidity wise, it's very small. And it's not have that much of coins like other currencies we have. So it may be like the fluctuation of this currency maybe create some issues in the future, as many people, like it may be couple of whales came from China and they try to sell these ones, or couple of people came from China and they try to buy these things, or in any other country. So in this market is like two or three whales will decide they can make the change on this. So if two or three whales decided to sell or buy the things, then that will be create an impact on the market, and that will be a change that change will be affect the other users as well. So that's how this market goes, as it's still a small market. And other than these Bitcoin prices, so the another interesting topic that we can look into is Bitcoin miners. So we know that not Bitcoin, if we take it as a crypto miners, and especially on Bitcoin miners, those miners are mostly towards centralized to China. So all knows that Bitcoin miners are more towards centralized to China. And there are more mining farms and mining pools are running in China mainly. But still we didn't heard any news that these mining farms are shut down or stop their operations. But if this virus is going to outbreak into those the places or those areas where the mining farms are running, maybe they need to stop the process, and they need to stop the minings as well. So one side it will be a huge issue and huge loss for those people, because they invested so much of money, and they started these mining farms, and suddenly because of these outbreaks they need to stop these things, and they need to stop this mining process. But it won't create an issue in the Bitcoin, in terms of Bitcoin, because as it's a decentralization market, so if anyone stop from China, all the other countries can start mining those things, and it will be open the mining market as well. So now the mining market is not that much open. It's only particular parties or particular areas it's doing the minings, and mostly in China and a couple of other countries. As if the Chinese market is fully shut down for the mining, then that will be create the market opportunities for the other countries to join and do the minings. So it's not a good thing to happen, but that can happen if it is outbreak in the it's outbreak like a viral, and it's like goes like a huge so that's not a good thing to happen. But if it is outbreak like huge, then maybe in future that can happen, but that won't be make an effect on the Bitcoin, because anyone can do these minings, and that will be open the market for the other people to come and jump into the market and create mining pools and mining farms and start mining the things. And if you look into the market leaders like CZ from Binance and Box Mining, the Michael Gu, so they are like more towards tweeting about these coronaviruses and all. And Box Mining, Michael Gu was like now more towards moved his channel from crypto to corona. So he's mostly doing about daily updates about corona. So that is one good thing, because we are getting insight from those people as well to know what is the current situation is going there. And his mentions was like the same things, like it was like not going to affect much on cryptos, much on Bitcoin. But we need to wait and see how it really happens in the future. And CC was mentioned something in there to it, like more towards like they are helping to the people, as well as the Binance already helped, and most of the crypto exchanges and even crypto projects were like they were helped on for the the bushfire and couple of other incidents. And now they are pushing money and helping for these China's Wuhan virus issues as well. So for this corona, they invested some money on to find out what is how to cure this one, and find out the antibiotics for this one, this virus. And CZ and Binance was like they offered and they given some trucks to supply the things to Wuhan and other places, because there's no truck drivers now there, because everyone are like afraid of this virus and staying at homes. So they given new trucks and help the people to move towards these products and supplies from other countries and to China, and move towards places like Wuhan and where they affected places. And so they are helping in a different ways than mostly economic, because even CC was mentioned, like they're getting so much of monies and everything to help it, because Alibaba and all, like they were investing so much of monies to it to help the people. But the supplies and the way that they are transporting these things are the ones they have the major issues. So he's they are Binance and CC was like they are helping on those stuffs as well. So almost if you're looking to the overall one, so the corona won't make an effect on Bitcoin for now, but we need to look and we need to wait for the future to see it how it will be effect and how it depends on how it's outbreaks. So if it's outbreak into other countries more, then maybe that will have an effect, but for now it won't have an effect. And mining farms, so there won't be any issues for now, as we didn't heard any news about mining farm shutdown. But again, we need to wait for this and see how the market reacts. And guys, so that's the one thing that we are going to talk about today, more towards about this economic effect of coronavirus. So please share your thoughts and please share your questions and other things in the comments. So as we are doing everyday videos, please do subscribe and click the bell icon, so you will be get the notifications about the videos that we are posting every day.
Decentralization Media.